Hey everyone, welcome to another top 10 list. This is me just getting back from Vegas, so you know I have to do a top 10 pocket finds from Las Vegas. These are not the most spectacular notes out there, but like I tell you guys, even when I go on vacation, I'm always on the lookout. So over the last week in Vegas, these were the things that I came across just in change, just in passing, and yeah, that's what I got. So let's get started with number 10. I have 27 $5 bills. I have what I call my eccentric savings account. I do not spend $5 bills. What I do is I take a strap of singles, and every time I get a $5 bill, I take the five, I put it in the strap, and I take out one of the ones. So that means I'm starting off with $100 in a strap, and by the time I replace every single one of those ones with a five, I have then turned my strap of singles into a strap of fives, or $500. By not spending fives, it's just an easy savings account for me to do, and you'd be surprised how quickly you can turn 100 into 500 without even thinking about it. And it's not just that you're putting away a $1 or a $5 bill, because you're actually getting $1 back out of that strap. So there's always 100 notes in that strap, and you're not really putting away five, you're putting away four. Anyway, I ended up saving 26 $5 bills from this trip, so those will go into the strap. That's number 10. Number 9. One of the places I tend to stay are the Boyd properties, which would be Gold Coast, Orleans. They own some places downtown too, Main Street Station, the Fremont, California. Anyway, I stayed at the Gold Coast this time, and Boyd used to own the Stardust, and it's the 50th year for Boyd Gaming. So they had a $5 chip that has the 50th logo on it. So I decided to pull one of these because it's just one of the more unique chips. So that one is number 9. Number 8. I got this when I was playing poker at South Point. It's a broken chip, and it's surprisingly sharp. These corners are surprisingly sharp. I could probably cut a piece of paper. You would have thought somebody at the casino would have pulled this. And I know what happened. I mean, people like to take the chips and do this little thing where you bang the chip on there, causing it to spin, and this will flip out this way and then roll back in. I can't do it because this one's broke. Actually, I can probably do it with this one, where you take it and you go like this, and then the chip runs like that. Anyway, yeah, that kind of worked too. Let me see if I can get it to do it again. Yeah, you bounce it there, it shoots out and it'll come back in. On the felt, it works really good there. But anyway, so somebody was probably doing that and broke the chip, and they let this chip stay in play. Yeah, it's a $2 chip and it's broken, so that's always interesting. But one of the things about the chips is everybody thinks this is just paint, just to indicate that the chip is whatever it is and that you can identify it from the side, and you'd be wrong. That's actually, as you see inside the chip, designed that way. Okay, because here's where it broke, and you can see there is some blue there with the orange, and if we look on this side, there's a little bit of orange, even though it's completely surrounded by blue. So it's neat to see a broken chip like that, because then you get to see what's inside of it. So that one is number 9, and that one is number 8. Number 7. I found a note that's got 1972 as the starting point. Is that cool? Sure. Is it worth anything? No. But so many people have been saying stuff about notes with dates. I'm not saving this. I just happened to find it, and when I saw it, that's the first thing I thought of. Everybody trying to point out that, oh, it has a year in it. Well, so what? But yeah, I found one like that. No big deal. This is going back in circulation. So that is number 7. 10, 9, 8, 7. Yep. Number 6. Also found a note that had 5 of a kind. 666-14665. It has 5 6s on it. They're not together. If they were together, that would be kind of cool, but you'd still need 6 in a row for it to be worth anything. People are trying to tell me that 5 of a kind is worth something. No, it is not. So when I saw this, I made sure to pull it, just so I could remind everybody, no, this is not worth anything. So yeah, just a spender. That's number 6. Number 5, something that I will save. This is a trinary, 0s, 6s, and 9s. Not only is it a trinary, it's a rotator. it's a rotator because when you turn it upside down, it's still 06060969. So all the numbers are readable upside down. So 06s and 9s as a trinary and an actual rotator. Now a true rotator would literally read the same. This is 0606, but if I turn it over this way, it's 6960. So it doesn't read the same that way. A true rotator would read the same both ways. This is just your standard rotator. I'm going to save it because it's a trinary, because I'm always trying to match pairs. If you don't save trinaries, well, this one's at least a rotator. No additional value, but it's at least neat and you can explain what it is to somebody. So that one's number 5. Number 4. Did find one note with quads. Quad 1s, and of course it does have the 5th, which, as I said before, 5 of a kind is nothing. But I save quads also trying to match pairs, just like my trinaries. So I did manage to find quads in circulation. That one is number 4, and number 3 is quads again, and it's just one away. 1 1 1 1 5 4. This is 18 and this is 20. I didn't have 19 in the group, otherwise I would have had 3 consecutive notes. And once again, 3 consecutive notes, it's not really a thing. I mean, all notes start off consecutive, even with people saying that the new press is not going to print consecutive notes. Yes, they are. What they're not going to do is they're not going to fill the holes where error notes were with stars. So you may have a few notes in order, and then it may skip a few numbers, and then you get another 100 or 200 or 300 notes in order, and then there may be one missing because they're no longer required for them to be in order. So yes, you'll still be able to find consecutive notes. That's why consecutive notes, modern consecutive notes, aren't worth anything. That one is number, 4 and number 3. Number 2. Here is a $5 note, and this one happens to be a trinary. 3 6s, well, 1s, 3s, and 6s on this one. 3 6 1 6 6 1 3 6. Almost a radar. If the last 2 were reversed, it would have been a radar. 1 off of a radar, you know what that means? It means it's not worth anything. It's worth $5, but it's still a trinary. Yes, you can find trinaries on larger denominations, but this note proves that trinaries are worthless, because people who will tell you that trinaries are worth money won't say that there is any added value on a $5 bill. They won't save the 5s. They'll save the 1s, but not the 5s. Why? If there was added value on the 1s, there should be added value on the 5s, if not more so, because it's a larger denomination. But since they don't want to set a $5 bill aside, clearly it has no additional value. They would much rather spend this for $5 than try to rip somebody off, because what are they going to charge for it? If they're asking $5 for a $1 bill, are they going to ask $10 for the $5 bill? Are they going to ask 5 times the price for a $5 bill, 25? Yeah, they're not going to take money that they can spend and set it aside that way. So that one is just worth face value. Also going to go actually into this pile, but I wanted to show it. And finally, the last note I've got for you guys this time, number 1, is a $100 note with a star. This one happens to be from, let's see, A is Boston, so that's a Boston star note. And I did not look this one up yet. I just got home, but yeah, you can see it's a star. It's in good shape. Take a look at the back just to make sure there's nothing funky on it. Nope, no stamps. Actually, it is in pretty good shape. I should look to see if it's rare. If it is a rare star, I may hold on to it. If it's not, it's most certainly going to get spent. I know they're not making any more stars, but I also know that the amount over face value that this would be worth would be minuscule compared to the amount that it's worth for just being a $100 bill. What do I mean by that? If this was a $1 bill and it was a rare star, it might be worth an extra $5 or so, $5 to $10 if you could find someone to buy it. And since rare stars aren't that rare, there aren't very many people buying rare stars, unless of course they're in really good condition. But if you have a circulated rare star, you know, you'll be lucky to get a couple dollars for it. Well, if you can only get a couple dollars for it, What are you going to get for a $100 bill? A couple dollars. So what? You're talking $105 for this? No one's going to hold on to this for years hoping to sell it to make $5. So it's just not going to happen. There's kind of your proof about the value of things. If people won't hold it on a large denomination, you got to ask why. But anyway, that's what I found this time on this trip. And yeah, I'm always on the lookout even when I'm on vacation. Granted, there's not a whole lot here that's going to end up in my collection, but I was still looking, and that's the important part. So remember, when you're out, to keep looking for stuff. All right, if you learn anything new, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.